Hey, this is Blind Fox and welcome at our recorded playthrough of Farming Simulator. We are busy constructing the Graneelevator Museum. We had some nice rain in, what was it? March? In the evening around there. Still have nothing here interesting new. Packing away. I could have actually came out earlier. It's good enough, and currently we are on medium graphics. I started this on low graphics, which didn't look too badly. Medium graphics doesn't look too bad either. Bit more realistic and a bit more difficult sometimes to actually play. So what are we doing today? So I've been thinking cement factory the whole time. And what do we have here? We've got some new stuff. We've got a slurry distribution system, which we do not have. A manure spreader, which we don't have manure either. So I've been thinking we can get a cement factory. A large one for 300 and something thousand, but then we have to keep the beast supplied. And although we want cement to use, we don't really need a big cement factory. But we can build a little one for 37,000. We might not be able to supply the little ones with sawdust if we built them, but we could supply them with rocks. They won't build as fast as if you supply them with sawdust. Here it might fit, we might fit it in here somewhere, the other one. So I've decided to actually add 2 of them, or at the moment add 2 of them. So we are going to orientate it this way. We want to orientate it so that it is there. Where can we stick this one? Now we might have to stick it somewhere. This one might fit there. Let's see, yes, there's one that can fit there next to that. But we could then do this. Let's see how it looks if we do the beefing and so we'll pop it there. I don't want to go too close there. I don't want to go too close there. But that might be nice. I think that's the furthest in we can get. There we go, like that. Oh, come on, just a wee bit. We just have you correctly. Come on. There's one, there is those. That should be fine. Looks like that's nice. Add you there. Now we want to place this one. And this one we want to flip like that because we want its thing there. There we go. We could flip it to the other side like this, but then we might not be able to. I want to see if I can actually supply it with those things. So we'll pop it over here. Just put it there. We can collect it from that side. We can do it this way, but then, as I said, we can't supply directly with, I think, that, which we want at least to try to do. So it might look stupid doing this way, but I want to get as close as possible. There we go. Put it there. Come on. Come on. There we go. There we go. So, here we go. Now we've placed our 2 cement factories. How nice. So we know that we cannot do the recipe that we did for let's see, how do we extend that now? There we do. Yes, that's that. I think we started with D. And we started with this. Okay, so we can lift it up this way. I know you can extend it, but are we extending? So that will extend that way. If we drive a bit forward, let's see if we can get you into position. How do you do that way? I'm not exactly sure how you work yet, but we'll figure you out. Let's try this way again. Okay, let's see if we can do this. Did we do it the right way around? That's the question. So that's done. Now we need to figure out how to continue. That's a thing too, I have. Side. Does it dump which side? Control I? Where does it dump down? Control I. And it's not. That's the problem. How do we move? We do have that on. It is in there. There we go. Yes! Yes! And we did it. At least cleared this one. We need to... So this one is on. Now we need to... There we go. So for cement factories, we've got that one. And I don't think we've got enough wood chips to keep all of them going, maybe. That's the problem. But this one is being filled up. So they were gonna work slower if we run there. But we are keeping them full at the moment. It's filling up nicely. Let's see how much wood chips we have. We don't have a lot of wood chips. So we might not have enough to keep both cement factories running with the wood chip things. Because here we've got something or liters. We're gonna have enough for that to at least run this one. Those two we are not going to be able to run. So we will need to run you with this. So it's going to cost us more, but we can at least run it. So that one we will activate. And it's going to be slower. We know that. This one also is going to be slower. But at least this one is done. Difficult to move. Is system orientated? Is a bit difficult. Just to get you lot level. There you are now. This one is need to actually on. Now we'll run over this one. We are not always certain where this thing wants to go. Come on. And it just doesn't want to be done. We'll come back to that in a bit. Let's see if there's any good contracts to have. We don't want to do baling, that's too much work. Baling, fertilizing. There's a hoeing one, that's not bad. And a weeding one, that's not bad. So we'll do this hoeing one. And then we'll figure out that. Then while I figure out how to connect the stuff. I just don't want to at the moment connect properly. I will need to, I think, drive a bit around. But at least if we connect those... Oh, come on, you stupid thing. At least when we connect... Oh, come on. Don't fall over. At least if we connect the two conveyors, we can at least keep those two supplied with whatever it needs. So we don't have enough, we don't produce enough wood chips fast enough to keep both those happy, or all three of them anyhow. But even though two of them will produce stuff slowly, it at least will produce stuff. So we can keep making some other there we go, put you on your way. There we go. We at least can make our cement products. Okay, that's on tier 8. Just to do some of this, I mean, we still want to have a nice... It's fine to say, yes, we are just running through the connect, but this is Farm Simulator. In other words, We still want a viable farm. We do not just want to run through the construction bit and not get our farm in an operational setting. Come on. Go. We'll go and park you where you need to go, and then they can work their magic, getting us some well needed money. Okay, you are on your way. We haven't checked out our nothing yet to harvest ready. And it again we need to fix this up. You throw it on there. That's how it goes on there, but you need to drop it somewhere on the ground. It does not, at the moment. Yeah, something like that. And I'm feeling that when this field is produced as I want to. But then you just don't want it to. It needs to stop just that bit more into it. Why doesn't it just turn? Turn on. while you were gone, I did fill up some, I filled up wood again. I can't seem to lift this thing high enough to put into our wagon. I do not know if it's me that don't understand how this works, or why it just doesn't want to go. It can't lift high enough, because if we get in here and we do the lifting thing, here we lower it and lift it, and it just goes to there. This part is stationary, that part goes down. So it might just be that I cannot for some other reason lift it high enough. But we did get a new contract, which we'll just start here. And if we use this one with the scoop, we can, if it decides to play along, we can fill up the scoop, and then A, either fill up our trailer, or B, fill up, so I don't know if this one can't go high enough, as I said, or hence we might need the other one if we really want to do it. Otherwise we will need to do this. And just literally drive to the other one, fill it up. As I said, I am not sure about, we'll check it out the wood chips. I more or less know how much that thing creates per day, or how much when we started, so I'll go and check tomorrow morning or the next month to see exactly how much wood chips that thing creates, and then we'll dump it in here. Now let's see how much wood chips or rocks we have in here. Well, we got around 16,000 rocks in here. These guys are nicely full. This one is also nicely full. We have wood chips in here, so that will run a bit. If I've got more wood chips, I might just refill one of these quickly tomorrow, and then switch to the other faster production rate. So we've got trial production going. We need 10 of these, so we need 10 cycles. We could have gotten that if we have had, I think the other one makes, I think, 3 pallets a day, I'm not sure, but a month. But we are just going to have to sit it out. I mean, we still have a farm to run. So that is what we will do. Let's drag some of our wood over. We'll need some more there isn't a lot of wood cut at the moment. We'll just cut more wood, then we'll clear all of the stumps. But here we can at some stage build, I think, a sheep pen, because I know I think we popped over to the the playground. So after we are done creating our grain mill, and we will pop over there to see, we will need sheep or cotton. So it's 85 for this pen, and it holds 26 sheep. This one is 51, and it holds also 26 sheep. Why? sheep barn. So what's the difference? So this one looks like this. This one looks nicer actually. Looks like that, and that one is 91. It holds 68 sheep. Now here we can of course add more stuff. This one produce what and what. Okay, it takes in grass and something. This one takes in grass and something else. This one is the pasture. I don't think it also have 26 sheep, but here we actually have to provide water. I'll go and see what's the difference between these stuff. And you can of course increase that. So we've got these, and this is the big one. Nice big sheep pasture or barn. So we'll go and see what's the difference between these in something. Go and watch some YouTube videos about that. But we'll see what else we can do. We don't have anything literally else to do in April, so this is basically a dull month for the farm. We only have some more wood to drag over there. So rope factory, I think there's all. We've got some honey going over here. Our farm doesn't have anything to harvest yet. Now you say, yeah, but here is something. You can see we have some hail damage. Yes, here is something to harvest, but it's the first stage of harvesting here. You can see it's very, very spotty still, and it's not very high yet. So if we harvest now, we can't really do anything yet. We'll need to wait sorry, until May before we really can harvest. And that's fine, because in May we also don't have anything to do on the farm yet. We don't have anything there to do. That's fine. This is there. Let's just go there. What is the overall of overall? See, this is 99, so it is nicely done. These are not as good as it should be because we cultivated here. This field is always bad. So what we need to do is we need to get sheep, and we need to get more agricultural fields. And I think I'll start on these, because this is a small one and this is another one. Let's see how much this one costs. This one costs just over, where's the price? Around 180 euros. This one, it also costs around 180. Why would we want these? There are some stuff there. This one is a bit more expensive, 200 and something, so this is 100 more. But yeah, 40 more than the other one. So it's either this one we get, because there is a lot of trees here, or this one. This one doesn't cost a lot, but it's so small we can rather have this. So it's either one of these two that we will eventually buy. At the moment we'll go and pop. I'm not really good with the colors because it's not explicit enough for me to actually look, and I would have really liked if you click on it, it will tell. Does it actually? It just tells you what field it is, expected yield. It doesn't give you what is on there at the moment. So we'll pop over here, what is on here at the moment. Some soya beans, which we cannot harvest unless we rent the harvester. Not that we can buy the field, mind you. This field has got some carrots, and this one, oh, let's just run over there. Not really good for anything else. Let's see what this one is. Run, run, run. Some sunflowers. So we cannot harvest any of these fields. So let's go and check out what we have in contracts, because this is basically what we're then going to do the rest of the day, because we need money. This one looks very tempting and I might just do it. The only thing is, actually I have to do it myself. Yeah, that one actually, let's see what it would cost. Let's do this one. Cost us around 500 and something to rent the baler. And again, round balers are cheaper in any case than the square baler, and I've shown you the square baler before. So, this one's just finished. So we can complete this and get some money from it. Then we will just do that one, and you will see there's nothing much. Otherwise, that is at the moment good enough for us to do. So what we, oh, it's a bale wrapping one. We like bale wrapping ones. There's a difference between bale wrapping and come on. Oh, don't do this, you stupid thing. Come on, where are you? Are you this one? Oh, where? Come on. I thought you were there. Okay, so we sent this one off, hopefully. Yes, we have. Something else I would actually like better if there is a actual name for what tractor you are in at the moment. That sort of stays on the screen. Sort of your type, and so that you maybe can see some of the actual statistics of it. Haven't found anything yet. It's not mean that there isn't anything, I just haven't found anything. Because really the name that just pops up on the screen is really fast and you can't always see it. No, this is just simply freaking fun. to do. Either fun or extraordinarily frustrating. We need Z for to drop. So now you literally just drive close to the things, let it be picked up and let it be wrapped. Now you can wrap it in green, another green or black. Or white. I like personally the black, but I cannot see the black that well. Just the idea of wrapping, I do like the wrapping in black more. The green is a bit stupid. I like the black, but I can't see the black, so I don't use black. So basically this is what you are going to do all day long. Okay, and if you are lucky and you get yourself nicely lined up without screwing up anything much, you can just drive nicely and let this wrap for you. And frankly, this is not bad. Almost therapeutic somehow. And you have to wrap some finish with the wrapping. Next. So it's not that this is difficult, it's just very boring and it cannot be done by a worker. The same as with baling, cannot be done by a worker. Not enough there, not enough there. Now I could use some of my own tractors for some of these contracts. We do have a weeder that might work on some of this, I think. I don't know if the game sees weeding and hoeing as the same thing, since they actually have different contracts. Okay, let's do these little round bales. I personally don't like the round bales, but then I don't like the round bales. It's a personal choice. It is a more expensive personal choice. So by all means, use the round bales if you want to. The square bales is, I think, a bit larger, and they just look better to me. And they don't roll. These bales can roll. Not easily, not often, but they can roll. If we are finished here, we'll go and pop into our Graneelevator Museum and see how our work is going. Of course, we don't have all of the roof tiles yet. I've known in real life this stuff to roll and actually roll over people, and that is not a good thing. In fact, it is quite a bad thing. It can actually crush you, depending how big the bale is. At least the other bales, and I mean, if this thing falls, it can roll, it has got the potential, so you can essentially squash actual animals with this, if you are really unlucky. Or, well, humans. That is the bad part about these big bales. They are actually dangerous to work with. I mean, accidents happen. Small bales, it does take you a lot longer to work with, and they don't use it for silage because you're just going to waste more plastic wrapping the thing than is really useful. So the little square bales, and if you actually move them, it is a bit, I mean, it's more time consuming. I know we had the little square bales, but we've never made silage. And actually we had one of those things that you load up, it doesn't auto stack them. It just load them up on the, you connected that to the tractor, and you've got a wagon. It's connected to both the tractor and the trailer you are running, and then, or did it? I can't remember exactly how it is. I think you just connect it to the trailer, and then as it runs on the ground, it sort of runs its little teeth and it picks up bales. But it was just the little ones. So there is ones to work with the little ones, but you still have to unload them and shift them on the trailer by hand. Where a lot of the stuff now for the bigger bales is mechanized, because you can't shift it by human power alone. Mind you, ours was a bit old, but I mean, you can't really shift it in human power though. It's a bit more difficult, but it's essentially safer if you do your health and safety stuff properly. And if an accident happens, it is potentially less lethal depending on the accident. Although those bale hooks can be quite damaging or lethal depending how bad your accident is. But so for that matter is a lot of machinery on farms, and it always has been so. There we go. Even before you got the tractor that can roll over, these of course all have cabs, because we like safety in Farming Simulator. I haven't seen any tractor in this edition yet, I think, that doesn't have a cab. So very safety orientated Farming Simulator, very nice. Now somewhere there might be some more bales, I think. Which we need to go and hunt for. We just need to load them up. And there is a big hole in this one. Somewhere there still need to be bales. There's one. And sometimes the bales are a bit difficult to hunt down. You can see here, and then you run over them, and then you have to go up. There we go. One of the, I don't know if it's a mod or if it's an actual baler, does tend to turn the bales to stand on their flat side. Sorry, which is sort of a good thing. Now, I've been told that these episodes are long, but that is the nature of the game. You can make half an hour if you really viciously edited your episodes. You can do half an hour episodes, which a lot of people do, but it's still half an hour. It's still, you have to edit, and you lose a lot of the gameplay as such. Now is the problem. There we go, we're done. So you just get the exciting bits, and you think the game is exciting way more than it is, but it's fun. There we go. We've done some nice work. We will save it now again, and I don't know if there's anything else that we can do today. Not that I've seen. But I can go and clear some trees up. You don't have to stay and watch that. We'll go and check on the Graneelevator Museum to see how that's going. Visit. Let's see. So as our little pellets get ready, you will see we are working through these. I think you have to complete a stage before you get the rest. We need 10 more cement roof tiles. Our little little factories are working as hard as they possibly can. This one will have one finished tomorrow, I think, hopefully. Maybe tomorrow this time, I'm not sure. These does, I think, take twice as long to actually finish it. So I'll see how the stuff look, and if it doesn't use as much, depending on how much wood chips is created and so forth, we might switch some production over, as in move it from this recipe to this recipe. It will still create the roof tiles. It will just do it a wee bit faster using wood chips. Now let's pop in our selling for. Let's go and see what does wood chips. Can we buy wood chips somewhere? We can sell them, but you cannot buy wood chips. So you have to create them. And to create our wood chips, we will need the sawmill. The other sawmills, of course, create a lot of wood chips, but you sort of have to feed it a lot. It's hungry. And then you have these wood chip generators, that just put your wood into wood chips, which we could do, but intrinsically we are working against ourselves because we still need the actual planks. So wait, we are going to have to for this. We don't have anything else here. So we'll go and look if there's any interesting contracts again. Stuff does tend to sometimes pop up. Nothing much that I can see. Sowing, weeding, hoeing. So you see there is hoeing contracts. They use this hoe, which we have. But it's also used to remove weeds. But in the game we've got, again, a weeding contract. So there's both weeding contracts and hoeing contracts. which, seeing that your hoer, I think, is sold in the same category as your weeder, it's interesting that the game, here we've got weeders, there is no, I don't see any hoeing ones, so this one is the only. We've got a hoer, we've got a weeder. We've got a weeder, and a weeder. So all of these remove small weeds. So we could intrinsically go and buy ourselves the weeder as well, and then we can do some of the small weeding contracts, but this is a really small weeder. The hoe is larger, and we do have it, because that's also a thing that remove weeds. This one is a bit larger, but it also costs more. And then you get this one, which is even more larger, but it's sort of a 16-meter one, 12 meters. This one is 6 meters. So although if you've got this one for removing medium weeds and small weeds, you can do your hoeing contracts, but you still need one of these to do the weeding contracts. So that's the interesting thing of the game. So I'll go and save this. And that's basically, I think, where we will leave you guys for today. Let's just pop back to the farm. As I say, what we still have here is there is a lot of every time you run past here you just do the harvesting, just to remove extra wood. We will need some more wood sometimes, remove some of these extra waste wood, because they are not going to be cut by our saw. They're not used by the sawmill, so if you remove them, you basically just clean up the area. There we have it. Now we can just clean up this a bit, maybe. We can't yet buy ourselves our sheep pen, because our sheep stuff is, I think, a wee bit more expensive. Let's see. Animal, our sheep. This one we could buy, but it's not worth it yet. It's between this one and this one. I'm not sure which one I want yet. We will figure out what the difference is. Doesn't look as if there is any difference, but I will go and see. We don't have enough money for that yet. So I'll shift some trees around for now. Maybe clean some of these bushes out, I don't know. Do some more woodwork. Pull some of the wood more closer to over here. And this stuff actually does stop when the game is saved. So you have to literally save it, I think, every time. The rocks is being refilled again. So they will be nice. Are working brilliantly for our factory. Did we check out the well, we already have 1,000 wood chips. So we will, before we leave you guys, we will go and we will dump some wood chips in the I think it used about 1,000, per 24 hours. And that hasn't been running for 24 hours yet, so I can't do wood chips in there, so I need to use you. We'll see how it works. We'll just pop it into one of these. The reason I want to do it is because it's faster using that other recipe, or 1,000 wood chips, yes. Where did it go? Did I run out of this thing again? Let's do that. Actually stop in this thing, there we go. God. It's gonna be difficult to load wood chips in that thing. Not impossible, but very difficult. So we will try to do it in this one. Our conveyor belt does sort of stand over everything. A little bit difficult. Let's just see what we can do. How difficult? Oh well. It's gonna be a bit difficult, more difficult than we thought. Oh, but this is difficult. Oh well. I don't think that one will be much easier. Difficult this thing, yeah, very much so. Well, if we do not bump all of this, we will have to set up our belt again. I am afraid we will have to move our belt around again, but I think we will manage past it. We don't need to use it do it now. So we popped some wood chips in here. So we'll do that. Click here. Deactivate you. Activate you. And there we go, we're gonna make some. I'll pop back later in the day and we'll see how that goes. Now if we just go back into our belt, if I'm not mistaken, I can select the foot. There we go. I think that is there we go. So thanks for watching. Please support the channel, please subscribe, please go and donate on patreon.com. And I'll see you on our next little playthrough. It I think will be in June or May. What is it next one? May. So I'll finish stuff out this month, do some more stuff, do some more contracts. If there's a new contract, maybe not. Let's just look at our contracts again now. I'll keep an eye on the wood chips, and I'll go and arrange some wood. So spraying, you will need some spraying stuff here. Nothing really we can do. So, for watching, subscribe. Patreon.com.